This is your sign to start solo traveling. Okay. I know it can be scary, but ask yourself, what are you really scared of? Okay. And now ask yourself, can those same things happen in the city that you are from? Okay. Because I'm from Toronto, things happen every single day. So the same fears that people have of like traveling, it can happen either with a friend, it can happen with your family. It can also happen in the same place that you are from. So you can't let that hold you back because what you're scared of can happen literally anywhere. Once you take that first solo trip, there is nothing that can hold you back. Like it's the moment you see a flight or a package, any type of deal, you're like booked, done, I'm gone, right? However, when you're when you're relying on other people, you got to put it in the group chat. You got to wait for people to say whether they got time off of work. You got to wait if people got kids, they got to find someone to watch their kids. They got to make sure the money is obviously the most important factor too, because not everybody can travel as frequently as you might like to. And we're living in a time where things are very expensive. So not everyone has extra money to put towards a vacation, right? You know yourself, you know your PTO, you know your finances. You see the deal? Booked. Like for me, if I had waited for anybody to travel with me, half of the places that I have been, I never would have gone because most of my trips are solo. I moved across the world by myself and I got a lot of travel experience out of that, right? Like you can't sit around and wait for people to be on the same wavelength as you in wanting to have these trips. So if traveling is something that you want to do and it's a goal of yours, then you're going to have to kind of face that fear and start doing those solo trips. Now, you can kind of ease yourself into it. Like my first solo trip, well, okay, technically my first solo trip, my first solo travel was to Jamaica. I flew by myself, but my family is there. So I stay with my family. So I'm like, that doesn't count. And then my aunt lives in New York. So I did go to New York by myself and explored on my own, but stayed with accommodations with my aunt, right? My first solo trip completely by myself. I'm from Toronto. I went to Vancouver. So it's still the same country. You know, I still had my phone plan. I don't have to change currency. There's no language barrier. So it's kind of easing yourself into it, right? So you can always start out with that. And again, if you have family that are in different cities or different countries, then you can also utilize that option, but ease yourself into it. But I mean, there's no better thing to also do than just to kind of dive right into it. Like, why not? Because again, once you start, there's nothing that will hold you back. Especially, you learn so much about yourself and how capable you are. And it's truly such a beautiful thing. And people really do admire it. Like, right now, I'm in Jamaica by myself, and there's been a couple older women than me, and they're like, "You're by yourself?" Like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, yeah, like, you know what? I do a lot of solo travel, and they're like, wow, like it's so people really look up to it because I guess it takes a lot of courage, it takes a lot of bravery. My mom even said, she's like, I don't know how you travel by yourself. Like, I'd be bored, but I genuinely love my own company. I enjoy solitude, so I'm fine by myself. And I think, don't take this the wrong way, but a lot of people don't like themselves. Gosh, so sorry, but a lot of people don't like themselves, so they don't know how to be alone by themselves. They need company, right? Not that there's anything wrong with that per se, but I think it's important to love yourself and be okay with just your own energy and your own presence, right? Like when you travel by yourself, you also have to be yourself, right? Like, yeah, you can put on a fictional character, you can put on a persona, a personality, because these people don't know you, they'll never see you again. So yeah, you can be who you want to be, but you're also just yourself because again, these people don't know you, right? Sometimes the place that you are from has certain expectations because you know you went to school with these people, you work with these people, you know these people kind of in your everyday life, so you want to be a certain way. Again, these people don't know you, where you're going, so you have no choice but to just be yourself. You have to rely on your own instincts, you have to trust your own directions, you have to have discernment, right? Like, because at the end of the day, you are going to rely on the locals when you're exploring, right? You are going to talk to different people. So you have to have this what? You have to have discernment to know, okay, is this person, for example, I was in the water earlier and this man like pulled up on a boat and he was trying to like call me to like take a boat ride. Now, why on earth would I get in a boat in the middle of the sea where nobody even knows what's going on to just go take a boat ride. Like, it's different if you're going on a boat ride that is a tour organized on the sand of the beach, but to just get in a boat in the middle of the water, no, no, thank you. Right? Like, not everybody has good intentions, so discernment is so important. And also, if you don't have street smarts, then like just stay home. I'm like, just stay home, because street smarts is one of the most important things, because you have to know common sense. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, this is for somebody who wants to start solo travel. If you have any questions, comment and let me know, and I will try to answer them the best of my abilities. I'm not a pro by any means. I really encourage people to solo travel, because I think it's such an experience. It's such a privilege. It's such an opportunity that I think a lot of people don't have or don't get to utilize. So it's such a beautiful, beautiful process. So I definitely am pro solo travel. But I'm gonna go have some lunch and head to the beach. And yeah, I love y'all. Start solo travel. Love you. Bye.